Okay, I'm live. Hi guys, I am kind of depressed. I know, wow, shocking revelation kind of thing. Yeah, kind of had an annoying night immediately after I ended the stream. I kind of had a weird don't know what to do with myself. Extremely bummed out moment. And it's just been kind of like going on throughout all of today. I've been trying to do the whole hate thing, and it's not working. It just, the whole anger thing, but instead it turns into hate instead. And all I keep thinking is the whole Lucifer thing of, that's it. I hate myself kind of thing. Because yeah, I hate that guy. It's starting to bug me a bit. Don't know what to do about it. Kind of annoying. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, it's honestly not as bad as I'm making it sound. It's just that this is the only way that I can actually verbalize it. So yeah. So I'm just kind of not feeling it. So I might struggle to keep conversation going or keep talking much. I have, however, rinsed out the funnel, so I'm basically willing to do that a couple of times, maybe even. Because alcohol can't hurt. So yeah. But honestly, guys, I'm not saying this to basically. I'm not fishing, for like compliments or anything like that. I'm just informing you guys that I might be a bit slow tonight because somebody hit me with the depression hammer again, which is awesome. Anyway, Itchy's here and he says hugs, and BBT is here and he doesn't say anything, but he does give me an emoji, which is as good? Question mark. I know what you mean, dude. So yeah. So what do you guys want to talk about tonight? What are some of your interests, if you have any interests that are kind of like different? Yeah. I would like, to discuss. Maybe. If anybody has any other topics, then let me know. I thought it was Friday today. I was kind of excited because, wow, stupid brain just was like, because it's one more day closer to death. And it's like, what? Wow. Seriously, brain, stop it. Yeah, I thought it was Friday, and I was glad because it would be one day closer to the weekend. In fact, it will be the weekend. I didn't burp. I didn't yawn then, so that's something. And right before the stream, my eyes have been totally fine. I had a shower, so yeah. Don't Chris yourself. Dude, it's the way you and me think about suicide is really different. So yeah. Anyway, it's derailed my brain head thoughts again. Why? Itchy. Stop that. my colon. I know nobody cares. This might be too much information, but for some reason right now my colon is loading. It doesn't really know if I should go to the bathroom or not yet. So every day and again I can't think like, oh crap, I got to poop, and it's like, but then it goes away really quickly. So I don't know what to do about that. By the way, I did have like a lot of greasy food to make myself feel better today, I'd like 2 mini pepperoni pizzas and some chips, fries, potato wedges with cheese on top of them, and that was also super yummy with lots of mayo. And I just was piggy, so yeah, made me feel better for a little while. Also, it's good for the beer soaking up this, I guess. Seriously, guys, anybody got any odd hobbies or interests or anything they want to discuss, or that you know about, or that you want to get into, and all that stuff? Like yesterday, I did say that I was interested in maybe learning ukulele, since I know I basically could play any kind of guitar eventually. So yeah, Spanish guitar, that's a thing. But yeah, I will get a kit to actually build one. But I still think that it will be annoying for my neighbors. Just so annoying for my neighbors. I mean, I'm not so fussed about those neighbors because they can suck it because they're kind of assholes. But the old neighbors were. They've moved, so yeah. We're nice, and I don't want to annoy them. Did you see my Instagram, Tubbs? Ukulele is great. I did, dude. I did. I did twice. I somehow did before I actually followed you somehow. You see, you say that. You say that. But I go to a 1940s weekend. You know, it's kind of like they do a reenactment weekend here in the UK during festival season. In fact, it's actually next month that's going to happen. Oh, jeez. And yeah, they've basically there's at least one stall that always has somebody playing a ukulele, and I mean it's not just me, but you can hear it from across the entire field in which the reenactment fair is going on. So yeah, at least I can. I don't know. And like I said, I'm probably gonna try that at some stage. But the thing is that who has time for all these extra hobbies when I've only got like no time to do my regular hobbies? So yeah, that's the problem. It's time. Time. We don't have the time to discuss time. We don't. No way. I can't remember what the quote is. Oh my god. I've forgotten one of my favorite quotes in Star Trek. Timeline. There's no time to talk about time. We don't have the time. That's what it was. It's a primitive culture. I was just trying to blend in. So now I'm playing the entire movie in my head now, which is fun. This is what it's been like all day today. It's been like that in my brain. It's just like it can't remember something, then it remembers something, and then it plays something related to it. So yeah, I actually talked to my mother just recently about a childhood. I basically had a dream last night where I fell over and scraped my knee pretty bad on the ground. I fell off my bike, and basically when I was a kid, and scraped my knee on the ground. I was reliving this. I was living this in a dream, and then some old woman came up to me and basically started to, she was like, oh, they're there, it's not that bad. Oh, by the way, did you like steal all of my keys from my living room like cupboard and throw them in the uh, throw them down the drain, the sewage manhole cover thing. And I was like, you want to talk about this now while I'm bleeding? Don't know where that came from, but it was just like a very, very clear bit in my brain that was just that happened in a dream that I had last night. And then lots of driving. But anyway, I told my mother about this, and she was like, no, that was a memory. That actually happened to you. I was like, what? I don't remember this happening at all. I remember this happening in a dream, but I don't remember this happening at all. But yeah, I told my mother about this like an hour ago when she called, because of course she did call me an hour ago, because yeah, it was before 8 o'clock. Yeah, it wasn't it? Oh, sorry. So yeah, when I was little, at some stage, when I was little, I fell off my bike and hurt my leg really badly, scraped it up a lot, and it was bleeding. I was outside of this woman's house that lived on our street, and essentially she came out, basically told me that it was fine, and then she began to accuse me of. Okay, um, so creepy, kind of like scratchy noises, like a small animal moving around somewhere nearby. Sounded like it was actually coming from right here, like right there. Fucking sonar hearing. Anyway, yeah, proceeded to basically accuse me of doing a bunch of like mischief in her house because she was a bitch. I actually remember who this woman is now. But yeah, she basically would blame all the kids for all the time, for all the things that happened on our street. So yeah, but I don't remember much. I don't remember that specific memory, but I re-had it in my brain. Anyway, what the hell, real mum? Yeah, it's real mum. Have you ever had a premonition, like a dream that came true? No, but the dream with me and you, Itchy. The dream with me and you, Itchy. I'm really hoping that's a premonition, because that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I don't know if I told anybody about that, but I think I did. I think I mentioned that on the stream. Basically, I had a dream where me and Itchy were going to see some. We went to a mall-like building, and we were on our way from a food court, I'm assuming, to the cinema area of this mall complex. But no, we were both older, and I had a really big beard, and it was white, or at least light grey. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. All of my hair was. Yeah. I don't know why I was so. Yeah, I was so happy about that when I woke up, but it was very nice. Also, Itchy looked very cute, but then again, I'm slightly biased. You know, Itchy was heavier, and he also had a big beard, which was really curly and really dark. So I still could tell it was him because I kind of squished it. Anyway, yeah, it was fun. But I'm hoping that'll come true, but I kind of don't know. It's a wish. BBT says, have you ever experienced the paranormal use of Ouija board and stuff? I've experienced several paranormal shit. However, what people call paranormal, I can explain very easily. You know, there's only one thing I can't explain ever. Like I said, I've explained paranormal stuff, but it's all sort of explainable. Otherwise, I would not leave my office to go poop after I finished with this. Well, I'll answer that in a minute because Ichi just said something that I really want to respond to. Yeah, I've told this story also on stream before, but it was a while ago. When I was 14, 15, I couldn't sleep again, and essentially we were playing. I was playing on the computer in the middle of the night, in the middle of summer, close to Halloween actually. So it was like the right time of year, so it's spooky to happen. And I used to have a webcam, like when webcams were new and exciting and stuff like that. And I used to do a game and also kind of like online playing and also talking on a webcam to my buddies, so that it would basically make it look like we're all in the same room, because there's like always like a little tiny version of my friend or friends in the corner of my screen at all times. And basically I also had a webcam, and behind me there used to be my TV, which was hung on the wall. And essentially we were playing this game that was it was Unreal Tournament. It was kind of like Quake, but more advanced and super cool. Actually still got it in my office. And then also my friend was like, dude, what are you watching on TV? It looks awesome. It looks weird or something. And I was like, what? TV? So I looked at the preview, and essentially it looked like my TV had just turned off the preview of my webcam. So I couldn't really figure out what was on my TV, but my TV was off. I remember this. So yeah, I turned around, and a picture of a woman screaming. Well, it could have been video, but it was like a picture of a woman screaming. Basically, was on the screen, and then it kind of like it kept flashing, and I think it moved slightly. I don't know, because I became a cloud-shaped version of myself, and also I was outside of my house, not my bedroom, my house. I'd left. It was one of those things of like, didn't really have time to be spooked, because I was already in my front garden, kind of like looking up at my bedroom window, kind of wondering, what the fuck was that? So yeah, that's the only unexplained like creepiness thing that I can think of, and the only explanation I've ever come up with has been I have I had hormone imbalances, like huge hormone imbalances. So I'm guessing that somehow the chemicals in my brain had kind of set off a tiny seizure hallucination thing. I don't know. It does not explain how my friend also saw it. That's the thing that I can't explain. You know. But yeah, before before we basically moved house, before my mother moved to Cornwall, she was basically telling me about all the stuff that's happened in that particular building, in the house, and essentially somebody had killed themselves. A young woman had killed themselves in the bath with a toaster. So maybe she really wanted damp toast. I don't know, but she ended up killing herself. Anyway, yeah. So that kind of just added on to the creepiness. Although it was years, it was like 15 years later. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, that's the only time I've really rarely experienced the paranormal where I can't explain it. Everything else I can sort of explain. Like semi-relevant to something that happened recently because I accidentally watched before I wanted to go to bed, but ended up not going to bed. Shadow spirits, shadow ghosts and stuff like that. It used to freak me out. They used to freak me out because essentially I thought I could see them all the time. Turns out, even in pictures and stuff, turns out not the case. It's actually just a strap or something that was in front of the camera when it actually went off. Like we had an old camera that had like a strap with it, a little kind of like a rope thing that you basically put your hand through so you don't drop the camera when you're taking pictures. And essentially it would get in the way because nobody ever used the strap to put around their wrists. But yeah, we used to have these mirrors, and I used to keep thinking I saw like one quickly dart across the mirror or something, when in fact that isn't a thing. It was just like light tricks in the room. This whole, yeah. Sorry. Anyway, Itchy says I'm hoping for that as well, dude. I think you mean the premonition dream, but yeah. And then Itchy says yes, dream squishes. Itchy, I was an orb Santa. Like how I look and how I feel now. Well, imagine just a big squishy sphere with my head and arms on it and stuff. That's basically what I dreamt. It was very nice because all I had to do is kind of lean to squish you. Anyway, yeah. It was funny. No, I wasn't that round. It was just orb Santa. Just like when I was describing this in my head, when I described it to you, I think in a private message, I think I actually said orb Santa because that's basically, it's just how I felt. It was very nice, but at the time in the dream, it just didn't feel like anything because I was used to it by then, I guess. But yeah, it was kind of funny. I mean, I imagine that you rolled me if basically I had been absolutely stuffed to the brim, packed tight, fully inflated kind of scenario. But yeah. And then I'll probably throw up because of all the movement and sloshing and stuff. Anyway, very weird place to take this. Very weird. Anyway, BBC says, love Unreal Tournament, the space maps, the sniper maps, the giant future maps were really fun. Yes. Yes, online play was crazy because they had all of those things. I don't think you can access them offline. But yeah, I used to be the bestiest sniper and stuff like that. I used to be really good at finding all of the cool sniper spots and all that stuff. You know, it was awesome. I miss the game. I want to upload. I want to play it now. It's so annoying. Um, oh, because yes, I've already read them all. Yeah, I've already read that. FMF is here. Hey, dude, and he says, I come in and see Unreal Tournament mentioned. I need to say I want another UT game for peace sake. Well, they did have the one. I've got the one in the metal box. Unreal Tournament 3. And my computer, I basically bought a computer so I could play it. Was awesome. The laser sniper rifle was my best friend. The laser sniper rifle. Is that just the regular sniper rifle, or is that they had the lightning one on Unreal Tournament 2004? What is the one I've got up here? I cannot see. Ugh. Please don't be spiderwebs. Please don't be spiderwebs. Please don't be spiderwebs. Please don't. 2004. Yep, I knew it. But yeah, I actually played Unreal Tournament 2004 till the disk exploded in my computer. It got so hot and was spinning so fast that the actual disk failed. It's somewhere in the house. It probably actually is in storage in the storage container. But essentially, it's just like it just failed in half in a lightning bolt pattern down the middle, and it's so awesome. But it's like, oh, you know. But yeah, Redeemer only maps got wild. Yeah, I used to. I don't know if anybody's done this trick. I always found this funny. I used to go hide somewhere, fire the Redeemer, point it straight up, and then point it straight down again, so that basically I could, they wouldn't be able to see it coming. That people wouldn't be able to see it coming. The only problem with that is you have to time it just right because you would hit the ceiling of the map, even if it is an outside map, and basically it would explode. But essentially, I was very good at like figuring out exactly the right time to point it back down again, so they would actually, and follow people around with it. So yeah, the real trick is actually finding a good place to stand, because you have to be hidden. So you have to really know every nook and cranny, every little teeny hiding place of the map. I can't remember what map it was. I think it was an Egyptian style map, but essentially I found a place where that you could stand in between two kind of buildings, and I would fire the Redeemer. We are talking about I think it was called the Redeemer. Basically the nuke, the mini nuke. Fire the Redeemer out of like a kind of like a just a really tight space, and it was like it would be really awkward because it's a really tight space, and I would always hit it. I wouldn't always, but sometimes I would kill myself by accidentally hitting the wall. So yeah. That was Quake 3 Arena. what was the laser sniper rifle. Better looks great today, Tubbs. It's fine. You'll look a bit better with more beer. In all my gaming years, I've never had that happen. I need context. Write more, better. Write more, better. No. Quake 3 had the railgun that was pretty much a hit scan laser. I love timing that and watching them explode. It's okay, dude. I would take it down from there, but I'm frightened that if I do that, then it would kind of get super dust everywhere. Also, I've got a friend in my office tonight. Ironically, when there's no flies, there are no flies in here. We've got to try to figure out how to pick this up very, very carefully. I've got a fly trapper. I haven't named her. If anybody wants to name her, then they can. But yeah, it's a fly trapper. Until I get the bug zapper in here, it's the defensive measures that I've got in here. The problem is that I'm gonna have to basically keep her by the window. Actually in front of the window, because they require an insane amount of light and they require you to actually keep watering them all the fucking time. I've had it for like a month now, ever since my mum visited, because I got it then. But yeah, there's no flies in here tonight. I brought it in here because I was sick of the flies kept keeping on poking me, and it has actually caught a couple of bugs. They aren't flies. It nearly caught a fly while I was watching it, but it basically missed. It closed, but it didn't actually get it. The act of it closing actually made the fly run away, despite it being in the mouths of the fly trapper several times. I watched this fly crawl all the way around, like at least 3 of the mouths, and it didn't do anything. But the third mouth, it basically did do something, but that scared the fly away. So yeah. Anyway, oh, you never had the disc burnout? Well, if I find it, it might even be that. It might even be whatever's in that box, because I'm pretty sure that one of these computers has it already installed, and I put the disc somewhere safe. But that's just a show disc kind of thing. Because I put it back in its case after I've dismantled my computer trying to get the fucking disc. The 2 halves basically didn't stay in the tray. They kind of went in my computer. But yeah, anyway. Have you seen it catch anything yet? I've seen it catch one thing. Well, I've seen one thing crawling around on it, and then when I went and did something, and then I came back and one of the mouths was closed, and it's actually opened, and that is the bug. One of the mouths I can see that is basically the remnants of the bug that it caught a couple of weeks ago. So yeah. And it's actually digesting something right now in one of them as well. But yeah, it seems to be happy. It basically has sprouted several new heads since it's been here that have actually successfully opened. So I'm doing a good job of looking after it, I think. So yeah, but no, it's its first time in my office. It basically has been outside because I wanted to get the most sunlight. It was really, really sunny, but not too hot, and stuff. But it hasn't actually been in my office yet. So yeah. Anyway, guys, the chat seems to have gone down a little bit, so I'm gonna go on with the booze. So I keep thinking I'm hearing stuff. So my funnel is stuck. We go on with the booze. I keep like having to check that I've actually cleaned the funnel properly because obvious reasons. I don't want it to get mildewy and gross. Is your time to beat? I know. I know it. I know it. That is backwards. Pink. Pink. There we go. I wonder if you could do this. I don't know. Incidentally, guys, me and Itchy found a pressurized beer kind of, I was going to say funnel, but it's not. It's basically a beer bag with a pump on it that you basically press the pump a couple of times and it pressurizes it so that, yeah, it's weird. Well, I can see that there's no bugs in it. Gee, I think it's fine. Although it doesn't look very clean. No, it's on the outside. Okay. It's not on the inside. To clean on the inside, I've made sure. But that was cute. It was so cute and tiny, but it was so tiny, you know? It's like you can fit half of one of these cans in it, it looked like, but I'm not sure. Very wary about putting my hand in that in my beer box. Because the beer box lives in my office and where the spiders live. Yeah, I'm also a bit worried about the fly trap actually catching spiders as well. But if any spiders get on that thing and in that thing, then that's their fault. So yeah. Oh yeah, me and Itchy also found one you know, a beer bong that was also a giant syringe. There's a tiny fly. There's a beer fly. Go to the bug catcher. It liked for you. Actually, I think it did. I think it went to the bug catcher, but I don't know where it went exactly. Anyway, yeah, it was basically just a big syringe that you filled with beer, put a nozzle on, and then you pushed it and yourself against a wall to push the plunger down on the syringe. Really? You know? It was like, okay. So I mentally pictured somebody using that to help somebody else butt chug, which is funny. At least in my head it was funny. Because it is basically a big douche. Like I had a system in which that the beer just flowed back into the funnel when it got too much foam. But I don't think I can hold this confidently with one hand and do that. Yeah, it's not going to work that way. Where's Jeffers tonight? Where is Jeffers tonight? Wait, I think we're good. Just clear my throat. Okay, so that. So I'm going to now attempt to beat 28 seconds. I'm going to put the hose in my mouth and get rid of the foam real quick. Got that. It's my nose. My nose is fucking with me again. Okay. Ah. Ah. 28 seconds again. So not bad. Ugh. Not bad, but not great. And for the bubbles to form properly. Otherwise, I'm just going to go bleh, and foam will come out. Oh, here it comes. Do you chuck it cold? Well, it's in a box here. The beers. So not ice cold. It's definitely colder than the room because it's on the floor, I'm guessing, and heat rises. So yeah, makes sense, kind of. So yeah, 28 seconds. It seems to be like the norm. It's going to be the norm, maybe. Again, this whole breathing thing and I was trying to actually vary my speed of intake to see if that would help. But I nearly got my throat to do the whole opening up thing without, opening up to my airway. But it didn't do it quite the way I wanted it to. But yeah. Okay, guys. So anybody got any more that they want to talk to me about? Do you have like does anybody else have like a record that they can chug a liter of beer in? A liter, by the way, seems to be the average kind of like large quantity of beer. There's a yard of ale kind of like thing in the UK. Where you go to drink out of this really long glass, and that's basically just over a liter. It's the equivalent of my big glass stein. But yeah. And I can do a pint pretty quick. A pint of beer is super challenging. Have you ever tried it from the boot tubs? Yeah, boot also isn't that like a liter also? No, only because I tried it actually from the yard stick kind of glass stick thing, and that was hard and it went everywhere. So I was like, okay, I'm only going to do this properly from an actual glass that I can drink from, and or a hose, FMS says I had a friend who could down liters of anything like it was nothing. Yeah, I'm wondering that too, Itchy. I mean, I can see why. I remember being really drunk when I was a teenager, and essentially having a big beer bloat. My belly was round instead of being the 2-pack that it was usually when I was in high school playing rugby. And essentially, I wouldn't shut up about it. But yeah. And now it's definitely just round. Semi-gay gamer things with old friends is funny, cute to think back on. Yeah, I guess. I'm just going to read whatever you guys say. Not always out loud, because that could get me into trouble. FMF, that does sound a bit suspicious. I don't know. Debating within myself whether I should try another go. But I don't know. Got to think of a fast, efficient way to clean the funnel properly, because got a feeling that when Itchy's here, that thing's going to be used a lot. Oh, Itchy. Sounds to me like he would basically have just have much appreciated it if you basically said, well, I would be safe if you were walking with me. Or something like that. Sounds like you missed out on a really, really awesome experience, but also that sounds pretty nice. You wouldn't need to walk home though, dude, because I know where your home is. Anyway, he had a nice belly as well. Never mentioned it again, and yeah, I probably should have said to walk with me, Tubbs. I was drunk too. That's all a better reason to actually say it. Itchy, I often get you excited at work. That's like my thing, isn't it? Eventually, I will get it to the size where it will actually probably be able to be your home, maybe, but not yet. Need some extension work or something. I don't know. Your home needs an extension. Oh boy. Again, Itchy, this is one of the times when I'm basically thinking to myself, isn't this the future? Can we just like have spaceships? Can I just get on my spaceship and fly over to you right now? Or you fly over to me in your spaceship or something? It's so annoying. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry if I'm neglecting you, but me and Itchy's kind of dominating the conversation here. Feel free to chime in. BBT, FMF. Way too many acronyms. Going to take a mini poll here. Just say yes or no, basically. Should I try to do the funnel thing again? But this time, just not screw around with the amount of intake and just kind of like just go for a speed record. Because I was kind of like screwing around with the intake. I was basically like taking a large amount of it in my mouth and taking a larger amount of it in my mouth, and you know, before I gulped properly. I don't know. Again, I'm gonna take a mini poll and see where this happens. See where this happens. So within the next 5 minutes or so, I guess. Basically, whenever my camera decides to, my stopwatch timer camera, whatever, basically says yeah. I wonder if there has been a history of gainers documentary done. No, but there has been a gainer documentary done. I think it's called Hard Fat or something. I actually just watched a clip of it, like a minute or two before the live stream. It's kind of it wasn't just a really quick documentary thing. I can't remember what it was for, but yeah, got CM Big Dog, which is somebody's like inspiration. I think it's Newbie. I think Newbie's inspiration guy is in it, and SF Big for Big, which is Dreamy's plaything. I don't know. You can find the whole thing on Itchy. You can find the whole thing on YouTube. If you just search for Hard Fat, it'll probably turn up. A lot of it is in black and white, which is kind of confusing, but I think that's because they use a lot of, yeah. CM Big Dog is ultra hot. Okay, yeah. He is just, whenever I've talked to him, he just doesn't seem interested in talking, which is, I get, he probably has a ton of people basically saying to him that he's awesome. But yeah, whenever I've tried to talk to him, it's always been a kind of, you know, kind of like a, I guess, kind of response. I don't know. He was one of my crushes back in the day. Yeah, he actually looks incredibly like my. The problem with CM Big Dog, in my opinion, is that I could never fap to him because he reminds me. His whole facial structure basically almost perfectly mimics my uncle, my late uncle, who basically gave me all of his pipes and stuff when he passed. Well, my aunt did, but you know. So yeah, it was kind of it's kind of like a awkward thing to try to actually see him as a sexual figure. You know, it's really irritating, in fact, because well, he is hot, but yeah. My uncle was really, really tall, and also, like, it was basically just an enlarged version of CM Big Dog. That was my uncle. Like 8 foot something, 500 pounds, kind of monster bear kind of guy. But yeah, it's really awkward, confusing feelings when I look back on him, to be honest. But yeah, it's kind of like the whole cousin thing, which I'm not going to talk about. Um, yeah, a lot of my old crushes, I don't think I would ever try to get to know. It would feel too odd. And yet, FMF, me and you are talking, so I guess I wasn't one of them. I'm bummed out now a little bit, to be honest. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's funny. Um, Monster Bet. No, Itchy. Like I said, it's hard to think of him like that, which is really irritating because he was the stereotype. You know, he was the fucking best stereotype, but I can't because he was almost fairly directly related to me. It's kind of hard to think of him that way. You know, because of the whole stereotype. He actually worked as a lumberjack in Canada. He actually was a trucker in America. Um, Basically, he also worked an oil rig, but that's not really a stereotype. He did all of the easy, high-paying jobs, basically, and was the cash cow of the family for a long time. So yeah, it's kind of hilarious that basically, yeah, that he was essentially the stereotype bear. He was also the Navy, but I don't think that's a bear thing. Yeah. The thing that actually made me really short is the thing that made him really tall. It's also the thing that killed him, but I'm not going to go into that. Anyway, I think I got to know you as a person simultaneously as I started finding you attractive. I think, oh, you find me attractive. I'm so happy. FMF, there's so few pictures of you online. It's hard to repay the compliment. But from what I remember, from what I have seen, you know, likewise. I definitely remember basically when you either showed me a picture or I saw a picture of you. I basically was like, I've got to go hug that right now, but I can't. It's sad. So yeah. So I was trying to say, I was trying to think of something to say about my cousin that I can say without basically revealing too much information. Oh fuck it. As far as the bear scene goes, my cousin actually does just fine. So yeah. By the way, here's something that isn't related to the topic or anything like that. Two people have called me a super chub in the recent past. Where is the line of chub and super chub? I'm just curious because I don't really know how I feel about being called a super chub. Like, I've been called a bull before, but not really a super chub. I don't get it. Yeah, it's hard to say, oh, he's cute when I don't let my face get online if I can help it. I understand, dude, but you know, it's hard to say. I don't know. Itchy says, I don't think you're super chub at all. And that made me feel bad and happy at the same time. I've got a real kind of weird, like, dysmorphia kind of thing going on with this, you know, because at the one hand, I basically feel really bad about feeling very, very small because I feel very small, and that's where the whole dysmorphia thing comes in. Because I know by the numbers that I think Damon is pretty big, and you know, just in you know the body type that he is, and also his size and everything, and just his presence, and I love him and stuff because he's my bear, but also I find it hard to believe that he's bigger than me, and it's weird. I don't know how to feel about this, so yeah. Anyway, that to me is like difficulty doing everyday tasks because you're so big. Well, I do have difficulty bending down. Is a pain in the ass. I don't do that. I don't bend down ever. Getting on my hands and knees. My knees actually hurt because I've got fucked up bones in my knees in the first place. So essentially, I can't get on my hands and knees because my knees hurt. Even with padding, it doesn't really help. Anyway, but yeah, everyday tasks, not so much. I mean, I get by. I'm alive. So yeah, I'm gonna try the. I'm gonna try another load of the funnel. So yeah. Um. But yeah, I also have trouble getting into certain places and stuff like booths. Booths at restaurants. Nope. Like I can get into a McDonald's booth, but I'm incredibly uncomfortable because I just can't fit. I'm always being pressed. I always also almost have to hold in my tummy. So yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Anyway, I'm not sure that there is a hard and fast line of where chub becomes super chub. Okay, I'm just curious. Like I said, like two, maybe three people have basically said like called me a super chub. I've been getting a lot of daddy vibes over the past couple of years, but I think that might have something to do with the tiny. I don't know, but I'm totally cool with that. But yeah, Itchy says like trouble walking. You're definitely a big pig bear, but not immobile. No, but then again, I'm fairly actively. I'm fairly physically fit. You know, like if I move around a lot, I can get out of breath fairly easily. But at the same time, it takes a lot less time than it does Damon or a lot of my friends to basically recover immediately. Like I'll get out of breath, but it will last for like 10 seconds. It won't last for a long time. I think that might have something to do with the fact that I'm like I said, I'm fairly physically active. I walk around a lot. I walked today, although it was way too hot and I had to come back inside. Like seriously, the sun is just a bastard right now. Um, but yeah, I think it's because of all the swimming that I have done and all the walking that I do and all that stuff. I don't know. My stamina is still about the same. Um, so yeah, there is some of it there, I guess, because the whole shoe situation too. The whole shoe situation. Yeah, breaking chairs. I got to do this because it's hard to see in the light when it's so harsh. Yeah, breaking chairs. Um, and because I can't do my tie my shoes because So I sit on a chair that basically I think will hold me enough time for somebody else to tie my shoes or put my shoes on. So yeah. It left a scar. Well, it's going to scar definitely, but it's not fully healed yet. It's still a red mark. I don't know again, I don't know if you can see clearly. It's crazy red mark. By the way, if anybody's wondering, this thing is the mosquito bite, which I caught in the shower because I had a shower because my shirt's different and stuff. I caught in the shower with my razor because I have to do all of this areas. Every time I have a shower. And it's the mosquito bite that just won't go away. Damn dude, that was like 3 months ago and it's still there. Remember, you could basically see, you know, some of my adipose tissue. And it was bleeding a lot. I thought I might have to have stitches. I might still have had to have stitches. I just didn't get stitches, so now I've got a scar here to remind me not to sit on stupid flimsy chairs. Well, it wasn't fairly flimsy because there were guys that weighed way more than me that sat on those chairs. What the fuck? You know? Is it Dave? David Franks, I think it is. Dave sat on one of those chairs for ages and he was totally fine. So I don't understand why I fucking fell through 2 of them. Anyway, very true. I'm so glad you didn't need to go to hospital in Vegas. Fucking nightmare. I wouldn't have cared. Honestly, the whole situation, it didn't bother me as much as the recovery did. I was more pissed that I couldn't actually swim properly because I had to keep this out of the water when it was healing up. So yeah. Well, guys, it's been 5 minutes and we've got 1 yes vote for more beer. So I'm going to do more beer. See where this goes, I guess. Thank you, Giant Spiders, for not going into the beer box where the beers are kept. I've just cut my nails, so opening these cans is a little bit hard. I just use my thumbnails because I don't cut my thumbnails because they're handy. Probably for this kind of shit, actually. Nope. Ouch. Just there we go. Actually, yeah, it is handy for this kind of shit. Get the funnel. With a tiny intoxicated insect on it. But otherwise, it's still good. Irradiate one of the spiders have become spider tubs. They already have that. It's called spider ham. Anyway, just make sure the there we go. I'm going to need to pee lots tonight. This will be awesome. Why, by the way, why the Spider-Man reference? It kind of came out of nowhere. This was a bad idea actually because I've got a little bit of a headache forming. I can feel it. I try not to drink when I've got a headache. Also, is it me or does it seem to have foamed up a lot faster? Just waiting for the foam to settle a little bit. Everyone's gone quiet. I mean, I know I've gone quiet too, but it's always weird when it has that kind of like freaky brain texture to the foam. You probably can't see it on camera now. Just white mass. You had no specific reason to. You're like, quick, bring up something nerdy, maybe. Kind of. I know, Spider-Man. Just clearing my throat. Oh crap! I could have used the pig hood to Okay, I think I'm ready. Yeah, I think I'm ready. <clears throat> 26 seconds. "26 seconds." So I got another couple of seconds down. So I'm just waiting for the foam to settle. I like how my voice has kind of gotten a bit deeper because my diaphragm's being slightly pushed because my stomach is actually inflated with beer gas. Foam, basically. I'm just getting rid of the residual. I'm going to be peeing for a long time after this. This is going to be fun. Gulping sounds. Was it? Could you really hear anything though? Nope, I didn't do anything. That just made me feel a bit foamier inside. I was like, can you hear the sloshing? But nope, it's just. I could definitely hear gulping. I think that might have been wishful thinking, to be honest. No offense. So 26 seconds. 26 seconds. And hopefully a nice little buzz, which will be good. That looks very tight for the shirt. Well, I'm gonna. Oh. Yeah, that's all you're getting for now. Looks very tight for the shirt. That's because the shirt isn't really, it hasn't got much more stretch to it. It's like that much more stretch. It's one of my favorite shirts. It's actually ringing slightly like a beach ball or basketball. Anyway. Yep, I can already feel my bladder kind of just slowly inflating a little bit. I just imagine basically like in my body there's like I often have kind of like this thing where I kind of imagine my body, my brain is like wired like a spaceship or like a building or something, sort of like Inside Out, but not. Because I had this before, you know, I had that. But yeah, it's like there's alarms going off saying like too much fluid or like flooding warning, like danger, flooding in different sectors and all that stuff. Which I think is another statement. Nice one. Tubbs in the dream was a more of a ball belly like yours or flab. I don't know what you're asking there, Itchy. Read back what you said and basically try to edit it, maybe. Oh, are you asking me about yours? About you? Because to be fair, because everything seemed to be normal to me at the time in the dream, I didn't really pay that much attention. You just kind of seemed to be thicker. You did have a belly. It was big, but you were wearing clothes, so it was hard to tell. You just kind of were. You were rounder and thicker everywhere. So yeah, including your face. But like I said, you had like a proper beard, like bigger than this kind of like beard, and it was all curly and it was so cute. So to be honest, it could be either way, you know. But if I was to project like what direction you would go, like just knowing your physical dimensions as it is now and having seen you naked, which is very cute, by the way. Where's my brain going with this? Right, adding some weight to that would be kind of 50-50. I imagine that if you basically worked out a lot or like did cardio, basically if you had a gym membership or if you just had weights or something, then it would be more defined around your shoulders and chest and stuff. Although that basically doesn't seem to be anything in any indicator with me, on account of my shoulders and chest don't look kind of particularly muscly, but I have a hell of a lot of muscle behind this flab. It's really irritating actually that the flab is kind of like taken over. So yeah, I tried to make my arms bigger, but they just seem to kind of like stay the same size. Although that's not true. They have actually gotten bigger, but this has gotten bigger too. So what's that about? And because of the depression, I haven't actually worked out properly for a while. Like I have occasional weeks where I basically do still work out, but like sometimes I just think to myself, what's the point? So yeah, anyway. I don't think I've tamped that. Now I've tamped that. No offense, Itchy, but you are kind of light. That's okay, FMF. It's not really that exciting anyway, and it probably isn't going to get any more exciting on account of I'm probably going to have to go fairly soonish if the the bladder situation gets any worse, which it will get worse. So yeah, I am nicely buzzed though. I'm enjoying this. Itchy, if you keep hanging out with me, then you're gonna be 200 in no time. Seems to happen with my friends. If I basically make friends with somebody and hang out with them fairly regularly, then they get fat. It's only because I like to go out and eat and stuff when I'm with friends. Hey, Jeffers. Jeffrey's here, guys. He said that he's been cutting the lawn or cutting the grass. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Could you come do mine? It's not really a because we've got such variable terrain here. You can't really go over it with a lawnmower because we've got rocks and shit in our garden. It's 4 p.m. It's just gone midnight for me in the UK. you're fine with this. So you're fine with putting on weight. Yeah, I understand your feelings the whole lot towards the whole gaining thing. You basically don't mind if you put on weight or lose weight. You basically are like me. You know, you don't mind if you put on weight or lose weight, but it's just that's kind of like I don't think you have the whole feeling of being small that I do. When I really overdo it at a big meal, and when I say overdo it, I mean like really stuff myself like full. I feel huge. I feel like I'm the biggest guy in the room, and I feel awesome. I don't know why that feeling is awesome, but it's awesome. Um, but if I don't actually eat anything, if I'm hungry, I mostly just feel small. I feel really tiny, and I don't know why. And please don't project this on yourselves, but I kind of feel a little bit worthless because of it. I don't know. I don't know. It's just me. But yeah, I don't think you have that itchy. But you do have my whole. I don't mind if I get bigger or smaller. I just kind of. I'm just here, I guess. Although the whole not minding if I'm smaller thing has gone away a lot. So yeah, I don't know. Um. By the way, Jeff, I'm sorry, but you missed both of the. I tested out the funnel twice, and yeah, got my time down to 26. Did I get my time down to 26 seconds? I can't remember. FMF is here. He's the number keeper and the converter and basically the calculator, which I do appreciate a lot, dude. Seriously. um, itchy. um, he says, "Our mom back out in the lawn is a nice image." You see, when I do that in my head, I've got like it is a nice image. I haven't seen a full body picture of Jeffers. I've seen a face picture of him. Very cute, and I can extrapolate a little bit from that. So kind of I'm seeing the whole, you know, doing the lawn, like pushing the mower kind of thing. Um, and yes, that's very cute. But I'm also getting the Brugger image as well, the cartoon bear, like kind of like sitting on a tractor, like a small tractor lawnmower thing, kind of going backwards and forwards. It's a bear that's slightly lazier. Anyway, yeah. So that is a very cute image. But he hates doing it. Yeah. I basically go over mine with a strimmer. So yeah, because the back garden is kind of completely overgrown. I would actually like show you guys, but it's nighttime here, so it's deep nighttime here. It's midnight, so it's completely dark, and you will not be able to see anything. So yeah, we could figure something else out. Did you guys hear that? Definitely small animal noises happening just outside my door. It's not a hedgehog. But that was nice. Anyway, Jeffrey says it's 7 p.m. for me at G too. Yeah, I thought so. I'm not a fan though of how skinny my arms are though. Like I'd be cool with weight gain if it made my arms more normal. It makes sense. Your arms are fine. Your arms are fine. I know me saying that doesn't solve the problem immediately. But basically you're perfectly proportionate the way that you are, you know. I'm very, very okay with so I'm picturing you naked again. I'm very, very okay with the way that you look. You know, as far as your arms and shoulders proportions wise, it's like again, they're perfectly proportionate. If you wanted to work out a little bit, maybe then basically that would be nice, but it won't be. It depends what you want, you know. But body confidence wise, I've always found you to be incredibly attractive in that sense. So I wouldn't sweat it. And by the way, guys, he has a very, very cute tiny little tummy. It's like perfect my hand size to just like put my hand on and squeeze a little bit. It's so adorable. It's so adorable. And him himself is just like really nice to hug and squeeze. Anyway. 26 seconds. Okay, so it is 26 seconds. So we are getting it down quite a lot, but it's taken a lot of trial and error, you know. I tried to keep a fairly even pace the last time I did the funnel with how much I'm actually gulping down, and I think I got my breathing down. I think I've got the breathing sorted. It might need a little bit of tweaking, but that's for tomorrow to try out, I guess. But yeah, I think it's just literally the consistency with the amounts that I'm actually using the intake, trying to keep it fairly consistent and fairly the right amount of volume to take into my mouth and then swallow and then do it again and again. I could do it very, very rapidly with small amounts, which is why if I've actually got a pint glass in my hand, I can pretty much just do that almost. But yeah, it's doing it with large amounts that are foaming up and everything. It's just, yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry, Tubbs. Wow, that's awesome. You beat it again. Well, I beat it. No, I beat it once because the last time was 28 seconds, and I did it in 28 seconds for the first time I did this. Yeah. I have Barbie doll wrists. Your wrists are just, they're fine. You're fine. Have you heard the hedgehog in Wild Tubs? It's different hedgehogs. That's the thing, Jeff. It's not just one hedgehog. So yeah. But just recently, I haven't heard the hedgehog. I've heard the hedgehog in the neighbour's garden, but not our garden. I think this is done. I don't think there's any more that I can actually get out of this. Yeah, done. Oh, thanks, Tubbs. Well, anytime, Itchy. Anytime, dude. Is there anything anybody else wanted to talk to me with about too? You know, basically ask me a question, make a request, or basically have any topics to contribute, because yeah. By the way, somebody left a comment a while ago. Oh shit. I was going to mention this ages ago, but now I can't remember, and it's really hard to look up on my computer. Oh, poopy, my bladder just gave me the warning light. So let me just double check this. Thank you, Jeffrey, by the way, for the comments. Veg Patch commented, why not think about doing a mukbang channel? They get monetized, and I'm certain you'll get lots of subscribers and views. So, Veg Patch. The problem with that is that I don't really like eating in front of a camera. Like, I like to watch something while I'm eating, and essentially it gets boring for me really quickly. Unless I'm eating something super delicious, you know, it's kind of, like I said, it gets boring for me really, really quickly because I can eat a lot and it will take a while to eat that. So I tend to watch things, and that will kind of ruin the whole mukbang experience, because part of the experience is also the audio. So yeah. So yeah, hopefully that cleared up the Veg Patch question. That's the only question I've got, by the way. Jeffrey has been consistently commenting, which is super cool. So am I. There we go. So I'm getting lots of like just general gas release. So I'm trying not to make noises, but at the same time, I know you guys like that, so it's kind of hard to focus on that. Anyway, yeah, I think the donut in the vor vid is one of the rare eating bits. I do actually have a whole channel called LiveTUBBStalks where I mostly drink stuff, because I can do that relatively quickly, as you guys have seen. But also, I eat stuff as well, and you know, most of it is audio replacement. Though I basically do replace the audio with music. I cut out the audio and I basically put music in. So yeah, I know there's been the family-sized tray of meatball pasta that I ate. I ate a bunch of pot noodles, which are basically just noodles in a plastic cup. So there's, yeah, I ate like 6 of those, 7 of those. There's also been the ready meals, the easy to make, like put them in the microwavable ready meals that I ate, an Indian and a Chinese of those, and that was quite good. I really have to pee soon, so I am going to have to go soon. I'm sorry, guys. And of course, there's the donut eating videos. I've done those, but there have been other occasions as well that I'm not listing right now because I need to empty my bladder. So I just made a teeny fart. I don't know if anybody heard that. It's just a little. Anyway, guys, has anybody got anything else they want to say to me before I have to run to the bathroom? Because I've got a feeling the second I stand up to do the belly rubs and belly slew, I am doomed to having to run for the pee thing, the bathroom, toilet. I could not think of the word toilet. Oh, that's better. Veg Patch's sea phone, Tubbs, she sent hugs to you. Thank you, Jeffrey, for telling me that, because I did not know that. I miss Seaphone. Seaphone, if you're watching, I miss you. I miss you. I was gonna say miss you, dude. But I call any sex dude, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I miss you, dude. um, I did an ASMR video test, but I didn't see. I don't remember if she reacted to that. But yeah, if she basically makes any suggestions, I will try it out because she has donated quite a large amount of money, um, relatively, to me in the past. So, like, I'm basically her slave. um, but yeah, I don't know. If somebody told me exactly how to do it, like the Vol video, then essentially I will. So this position, by the way, I just want to point this out. Just this position seems to alleviate my bladder completely. I don't know why, but it's like I don't have to pee ever. So awesome. Um, yeah, if somebody told me exactly how to do one, I might consider it, but essentially I'm stuck because I do not know how to make a mukbang video. I could look it up, but essentially I've got a feeling that I would screw something up. So again, if somebody basically gives me a good general description of how to do one, in a comment or in a message or something, not just in the chat, then I will basically consider it. So yeah, I know what they are, but I just want to point that out. I do know what they are, but it's just that it also just the idea of it is just slightly unappealing. But I'm sure I can make it appealing if it's something that somebody wants to see. So yeah. So I've missed some of the chat. It was moving fairly quickly while I was saying all of that stuff. The Vor video is so adorable, Tubbs, and itchy. It's fun. It's recorded in like 2 different places. There's so many different clips, and there's also edited audio. So it's kind of interesting that all of that semi worked. Itchy, I'm super looking forward to making another one of those if you basically want to. I believe you have basically a storyboard based on something already laid out. I'm believing, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a thing. That happened. That was supposed to happen in Vegas, but didn't happen in Vegas because of somebody that we will not mention. Go pee if you need. It's fine. I'm not super desperate yet. Or otherwise, I would basically just tell you guys to fuck off. But I'm not going to do that. Yeah, don't get a UTI because of us. I'm not that bad, guys. I'm not that bad, especially in this position. It's a miracle. It's like my bladder is just like in this part, just in my lower part, just here. And it's just fine. You guys can't see, but I'm holding on to my lower belly. Anyway, I'm so glad I caught the stream before it ended, Tubbs. But have a great evening, and here's many more hugs and snuggles and facing barely. Says Jeffers. Thanks, dude. I am going to do the proper belly salute first before I go. Itchy says, belly face plant, Tubbs. Can't wait to snuggle again, buddy. Itchy, ever since Vegas, and when I say goodbye to you, I've basically been thinking the same thing. Go big hugs and many snuggles. Itchy, have a nice evening. Go and use the toilet before you die. Dude, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Go big hugs and many snuggles. Yeah, I'm getting nervous, FMF. Don't need to have an accident, says Jeffrey. Guys, I'm fine. Again, I'm going to do the belly salute, hit the button, and then I'm going to fuck off. Fuck away. Fuck off and go use the toilet. Yep, see, sitting up straight. That was not a good move. Guys, thank you so much for making me feel slightly, a lot better. Slightly better. A lot better than how I was feeling earlier. I really do appreciate it. It's not just the beer buzz that's basically making me feel this way. I know it's you guys mostly, so thanks. I'll be back tomorrow, but remember, guys, you've got to. Could somebody send me a good topic, basically, to talk about tomorrow? Otherwise, it's just going to be an open topic, and I'm okay with that. But it's kind of like a bit meh. I might just continue with the interests thing because we didn't talk about that much this time. We talked about it a little bit, but not much. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. Oh, it's not bad. Belly rubs. Oh, somebody requested that I do this. Actually holding the belly in. That's as much as it will go in. It will not come out. It won't not go in any more than that. I can't see the preview, but I'm assuming it's not that much. And that's it out. So there's not much huge difference. So I do apologize for the person who basically wanted to see that because I kept trying to tell them that it's not that dramatic of a difference. So I do apologize. It's more dramatic when I don't have 2 liters of beer sloshing around inside there, as well as 2 little pizzas and lots and lots of potato. But yeah. Anyway, guys. Belly salute. Where's the button? I cannot see the button from here. Here we go.